After navigating the unpredictability of the COVID-19 pandemic, tourism operators on both sides of the border are now bracing for another unprecedented challenge with political tensions between Canada and the United States. Joining me in the studio for a look at the state of Niagara tourism is founder and operator and partner of Whirlpool Jet Boat Tours, John Kinney. Thank you for joining me in studio
today. It's wonderful to be here.
Thank you. So let's get right into it. So really, these are times that people are questioning, what do we have to worry? So as an expert in the tourism industry, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, I think Niagara is uniquely positioned to do well in this. In Niagara Falls, about 2/3 of the business comes from the States. Now that is a challenge, admittedly, but then about 20% of our business comes from overseas, 20% domestically from Canada. So we have a few different markets to play in, but fortunately our products are outstanding. They continue to get better and better, and so our offerings here in Niagara are pretty darn good.
And really, we're seeing a rise in staycation and trends in domestic travel. So in your opinion, how are you and some of the other local businesses preparing for Niagara tourism this season?
We've always done well with travelers that were one tank of gas away.
Yes.
Whether that be from Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Rochester, Syracuse, the GTA, or what have you. I really hate to say this, but we've had such a challenging spring weather-wise this year, and my sales and marketing director will tell you, great weather makes me look like a marketing genius, and cold and wet makes me look like a dummy. And so we need a little cooperation from the weatherman as well as geopolitical stuff as well.
So what have you been hearing from other local businesses? What's the general consensus when it comes to tourism and the impact of what's going on stateside?
Unfortunately, people have a perception, particularly with the U.S. market, that there's this gauntlet at the bridges and that we're going to have, a really tough time. And I think that everybody that is in the hospitality and tourism industry is ready and willing to welcome Canadians, Americans, those from Italy, Spain, Germany, Korea, all these markets. And there's no tariffs on people. There might be tariffs on product, but there's no tariffs on people. So the message that I get out is, when you get some free time, come see whether it's one of our great hotels, our amazing wineries, attractions like ourselves. We're open for business and ready to host you, and with big smiles on our face.
And you were just telling me when we were chatting in the green room that really, from the local perspective, I don't think we realize the beauty that we have, specifically with the jet boats. And tell me what you were saying about, there's people in India that know all about this area.
Well, the geological phenomena that is created here at the falls. Now, keeping in mind that there is about a 300-foot or 100-meter drop between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, and that is the Niagara River. Well, everybody associates the falls, of course, with it being, about half of that drop, but the other half is the whitewater rapids and the gorge that we traverse during our trip. Whereas the falls happens all in one shot, obviously we're leapfrogging that drop in the rapids through the Devil's Hole section of the Niagara. So it's the geological phenomena where the river has cut the falls way back from where the Queenston Bridge stands now back to where the falls stand today in 12,000 short years. And I mean that seriously. That's a blink in geological time, and it underscores the power of the Niagara River. And the cool thing that we do is we get to play in it every day, and our guests never come back dry, but always come back with big smiles on their face.
But you were saying that there are people in countries all around the world that know all about it, and maybe even more than we do here in our own backyard.
After doing this for 34 years and taking 2.5 million people on our trip, it does drive me crazy when I meet somebody that is from North St. Catharines or Grimsby that says, you guys do what down there in the gorge? Yet somebody from the other side of the world knows all about us and puts it as a must-do activity on their Niagara stay.
Well, I love it. Okay, so Whirlpool Jet Boat Tours is launching a new Freedom Jet. You're really shaping the guest experience. So how important is it to offer such a unique way to explore the rapids? And tell me a bit about this Freedom Jet.
Well, I had to deal with something that, even though I would love people to be able to spend a couple of hours with us and get soaking wet and go and get their change of clothes out of their vehicles and whatnot, some people don't have that time, or they're off to have lunch at the Skylon Tower or going for a wine tasting somewhere. And so we needed to develop an experience that can do a longer period of time. We ran trips right into December last year, and a person dressed exactly as you are can hop right out of their car, out of their motor coach, right into the boat. It's a climate-controlled boat. But what's really cool about the Freedom Jet is there are 14 wet seats that are in front of the enclosed area, and you get to watch other people that are getting pounded by the waves and having a good time doing it, but it becomes a bit of a spectator sport as well.
Gotcha.
So you're getting to experience the gorge, all the history, going past Brock's monuments, the Queenston-Lewiston area, the power plants. You know, about 5 years ago, when we talked about how alternating current was developed here in Niagara, and this guy Tesla, I mean, it kind of went over people's heads. Now when we mention Tesla, obviously with the car manufacturer, it really jives a lot more. And again, that all happened right here in Niagara, and that's one of the sites that we see on our way to the Devil's Hole Rapids and ultimately the Niagara Whirlpool.
Cool. There's so much to experience right in our backyard, that's for sure. Thank you for joining me in studio today.
It's wonderful to have you, and I hope you and the boys will come visit us.
Oh, we will.